circling high overhead, and very shortly, we're going to be welcoming in our first jumper, that is Sergeant First Class Joshua Evans. He'll be flying in our stars and stripes under the canopy as we honor America, honor our flag, and salute the men and women who serve beneath that flag for our traditional air show opening. The Golden Knights serve as the official parachute demonstration for your United States Army. They're based out of Fort Bragg in North Carolina, and we will see several jumps by the team this morning as we prepare to get things started. High overhead, you will see the UV-18 Twin Otter aircraft at an altitude of some 8,000 feet above the ground. As we moment now, we'll be seeing that of Sergeant First Class Joshua Evans as he makes his departure from the left side door of the aircraft. On board, one final check of the winds, one final check of the parachutes, and we've got a hot target. We should see his exit any moment from now. We've got jumpers away, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look, high overhead, at an altitude of some 8,000 feet above the ground. Those two jumpers led today by Sergeant First Class Joshua Evans, and what a view they have. You're going to continue to watch them in free fall, accelerating to 120 miles an hour at a predetermined altitude. They will pull on a small leather ball located by their left hip and deploy the high-flying canopies of your United States Army parachute team, the Golden Knights. In just a moment, we will see that American flag unfurled. We will salute our flag with our national anthem. The entirety of the U.S. Army parachute team, the Golden Knights, fly what are known as ram air canopies. They're a far cry from the round parachutes in World War II and are fairly maneuverable with an apparent forward speed of around 22 miles an hour. To fly these parachutes, they in fact warp the wings, flying them much like how the Wright brothers first flew back in 1903. As they continue to work their way down to fly these canopies, it's fairly simple. To pull turn left, you pull down the left steering line. To turn right, they pull down the right steering line. And as our jumpers near the ground, they'll pull down both steering lines simultaneously for the slowest and safest possible landing. Wind, speed, direction, and timing are critical when jumping into hostile territory or terrain. And in the past year alone, members of your United States Army parachute team have completed more than 1,000 combined free fall parachute jumps. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you are within the sound of my voice and you are able, if you would, please stand, remove your caps, and come to attention as we honor the United States of America with the singing of our national anthem as performed today by Senior Airman Victoria Parker with the Heritage of America Band.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stars and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched,
pilots.
Left, wheel.
From the early days of flight to the first step on the moon, man has relied extensively on a small deceleration device known as the parachute. Created initially to disable pilot's work as he jumped from his disabled aircraft, parachuting has evolved through modern aviation technology to become the extreme sport of the 21st century. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sergeant First Class Joshua Evans, originally from Bangor, Maine. It has been my proud honor to fly in our nation's colors on this, my 958th free fall parachute jump. I will describe to you
Good now, you got it? Okay.
If
you wanted again, just let us know, okay? Yeah.
United States Army parachute team, the Golden Knights. As the aircraft crosses overhead, the jump master gives a cross-arm signal of unharmed, signifying the airspace is clear and that it is safe to jump. The jumpers complete their final gear checks and move to the door to the rear of the aircraft. The jumpers are out and the smoke is off. You can immediately see the separation the wingsuit obtained with its superior glidability. The normal jumper has their arms at her sides, knees locked and toes pointed, gaining as much lift as humanly possible. But it is nearly incomparable to the wingsuit performance. Once into flight, the wingsuit is placed and pressurizes around the jumper. Watch as the wingsuit returns back and flies right past the other jumper, who is already under parachute. Now the wingsuit will dive aggressively to speeds of over 200 miles per hour. Watch as he pulls down to the dives, gains altitude, and opens his main parachute. There you have it, the wingsuiting ability of the United States Army parachute team, the Golden Knights. From this all keep the children's book, angels and birds, mankind has always dreamt of flight. The human form, taking flight on wings of our own, has long captivated the imaginations of men. This dream of human flight is a reality for the wingsuit. The Eiffel Tower in 1912 is recognized as the first attempt to fly a wingsuit. The first prototype wingsuit of Jane Girardon, Vasquez, and Rice were showcased together in 1999 at the World Freefall Festival. After the turn of the millennium, commercial designs became available, and now we have wingsuits that are airlocked and pressurized as they inflate around the wingsuit via ram air. Wingsuits can reach a glide ratio of 3:1 and are capable of gaining altitude in their flight profile of over 100 meters of climb before either pulling their parachute or returning into a descent. Wingsuits can match the glideability of a high-performance parachute and fly with them in flight. Although capable of the same glide as a parachute, a wingsuit jump still requires the use of a parachute. The next dream is the ability to routinely land with just the wingsuit. In 2010, former Golden Knight Staff Sergeant Ken Breeden set a wingsuit world record, exiting at an altitude of 32,000 feet. Staff Sergeant Breeden was in free fall for 7.5 minutes and traveled for miles. Each year, wingsuit designs are continually evolving, providing more opportunities to break more records. To become a Golden Knight, each individual must first achieve 100 free-fall parachute jumps, be enlisted in the Army, have a clean military and civilian record, before applying to the annual Golden Knights Assessment and Selection. During assessment and selection, candidates are evaluated for 8 weeks on character traits such as teamwork, dedication, and attention to detail. During this time, rigorous physical training is conducted, and each individual conducts more than 10 free fall jumps per day. As this jumper brings it into the target area, watch the minor corrections she uses in obtaining a dead center landing. She is showing you the full flight characteristics of the Ram Air canopy. The parachute has 7 openings on the front, which allows air to be forced in, inflating the flexible wing liner. Redirecting your attention high overhead, ladies and gentlemen, this is our mass formation. As they break the formation apart, they're conducting the bomb burst maneuver. This is our salute team. There you have it, the high-flying black coast of the United States Army Parachute Team, the Golden Knights. The trails of smoke you see in the sky are created by 2 M18 red smoke canisters, which emit a continuous stream of smoke for up to 90 seconds. These smoke canisters are attached to the jumper's foot with a specially designed bracket. And then, the lanyards are tied, the smokes are tied to a lanyard. By pulling up on this lanyard, the jumper can ignite smoke immediately upon exiting the aircraft, while in free fall, or under canopy. In more conventional Army units, these same smoke canisters are used as ground-to-ground signaling devices, ground-to-air signaling devices, or screening devices to conceal troops. Now, as you may have guessed, these jumpers are faced with a unique situation, a traffic jam in the sky. These jumpers must create vertical separation to allow for individual approaches into the target area. This is achieved one more. Spiraling towards the ground at speeds of over 60 miles per hour. This allows the jumpers to set up a traffic pattern just like you might see aircraft at a busy airport. At 1,000 feet, the jumpers do what is called a wind penetration check, gauging their speed and distance across the ground. They then fly a downwind leg, a base leg 90 degrees to the target, and then face into the wind for a final approach. Once on final approach, the jumpers shift all their concentration to a small black dot located in the center of the orange X. These jumpers are showing you the full flight characteristics of the Ram Air canopy. You may notice the tail of the parachute curl under. This reduces the jumper's forward movement and rate of descent as the jumper shuts it down over the target for a beautiful airborne landing. Watch the minor corrections this jumper is using to obtain this dead center landing as they bring it over the target for a beautiful target area landing. Ladies and gentlemen, redirecting your attention high overhead. You may notice that several parachutes have become entangled, but that is not the case. These jumpers are showing you a facet of the sport called canopy relative work. These jumpers are being held together with a specially designed strap, which allows the jumpers to steer their parachute with both hands, while keeping the formation together with as little effort as possible. These jumpers are flying our 900 square foot Army Star Drop plane. Once arriving to a specific point over the ground, the pilot will give a command for the jumper to orient their parachutes downward. Once they orient their parachute downward, they will be accelerating toward the ground at speeds of over 60 miles per hour. As they near the ground, you may hear the pilot give the command of ready break, and the jumper will separate for a safe and soft airborne landing Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise as they bring it into the target area. There's 1, 2, 6, stop, stand up, land. The United States Army Parachute Team was formed in 1959 at the home of the Air Force, Fort Bragg, North Carolina. At that time, the team consisted of 19 original members. Each was selected to assist in the development of modern parachute techniques, provide world-class competition parachutists, and to conduct live aerial demonstrations in support of Army public relations and recruiting. In modern parachute, I would like to introduce the jumpers to you. But first, conducting the difficult duties of ground control from Ponce, Puerto Rico, he is an airborne intelligence analyst with 247 free-fall parachute jumps. Specialist Eric Garcia. Conducting the technical task of videographer from Miami, Florida. He is an airborne ranger with 4,723 free-fall parachute jumps. Staff Sergeant Dan Gerlach. Conducting the technical task of wingsuiting from Reading, Pennsylvania. He is a wheel vehicle mechanic with 1,609 free-fall parachute jumps. Sergeant First Class Tyler Becker. And now for the jumpers. From New Wilmington, Pennsylvania. She is an airborne information technology specialist with 658 free-fall parachute jumps. Sergeant First Class Shelby Gary. From Yuma, Arizona. He is an airborne parachute maintenance technician with 1,806 free-fall parachute jumps. Staff Sergeant Nicholas Orozco. From Aurora, Colorado. He is an airborne worker with 6,913 free-fall parachute jumps. Staff Sergeant Jason Bowder. From Dallas, Texas. He is an airborne infantryman with 1,650 free-fall parachute jumps. Sergeant First Class Griffin Hewlett. From Orlando, Florida. He is an airborne parachute maintenance technician with 8,932 free-fall parachute jumps. Sergeant First Class Jeff Stalin. From Logan'sville, Florida. He is an airborne combat engineer with 820 free-fall parachute jumps. Sergeant First Class Jeff Drake. From Los Angeles, California. He is an airborne infantryman with 1,621 free-fall parachute jumps. Sergeant First Class Rafael Torres. And leading the Golden Knights in freefall, the team leader for the gold demonstration team from Makakilo, Hawaii. He is an airborne military police with 1,807 free-fall parachute jumps. Sergeant First Class Jeff Brenner. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to present the gold demonstration team for the 2025 Airshow season. All members of your United States Army Parachute Team, the Golden Knights. Now, in keeping with long-standing Golden Knight tradition, we would like to present today's baton, which was flown in freefall to a distinguished member of today's audience. Miss Evelyn Hungerford has stepped forward and been introduced to the team leader. Chief will meet the individual members of the team. Miss Evelyn has been connected to the Air Force since 1992. Her career began as a military spouse. Since then, she has traveled the United States and overseas for the past 37 years. Miss Ed has dedicated her career to civil service, with 26 of those years specifically with the Protocol Office. First, at the 1st Fighter Wing, and currently as Chief of Protocol for Joint Base Langley-Eustis. Miss F is a perfect representative of thousands of civilian teammates across the Air Force bases worldwide, and plays an integral role in making Joint Base Langley-Eustis the nation's premier power projection platform. Miss F, the United States Army, the Golden Knights, and the great state of Virginia proudly salute. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our performance for the week. And on behalf of the entire team, I would like to thank each and every one of you for being such a warm and receptive airborne audience. In closing, I leave you with this final thought. In the future, may all your days be blessed and your nights golden.
Ladies and gentlemen, now a very round of applause for our airship team, the Golden Knights. A big round of applause has brought to the back is Ken Breeden, and he's flying the Hampton Twin Otter here today. Put well above you with his quite illustrious career. Army, but as you have that big government stability as well, flying grand 45. A penny flight for any aviator is, well, quite a good tradition. And I can see, of course, members of the team there with, I'm not sure what's behind their backs, but if you pay close attention, it'll all make a whole lot of sense here in a couple of seconds. Ken Breeden, as I mentioned to you, serving with Golden Knights Team 6, their aviation regiment, operating out of the UV-18 Twin Otter, but a variety of other aircraft, including the C-147 True Ship, and recently C-31 as well. We're going to watch it now, ladies and gentlemen, as the door is open. As the Golden Knights salute their team member and congratulate him on 45 years of service. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the Department of Army Civilian Ken Breeden. So incredibly glad you're supporting the mission of the Golden Knights and, of course, promoting the United States Army to so many individuals across the nation and around the world. We salute. Well, always an emotional moment indeed. Our thanks to Ken Breeden, our congratulations to him on his upcoming retirement. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are so thrilled to see so many of you joining us on this great day here at Joint Base Langley-Eustis for the 2025 Air Power Over Houston Roads.